Michigan State won the toss. They elected to defer. So Jonathan Kim will send it away to Nick Singleton, the sensational sophomore who's looking for one final signature moment in this regular season. We are off and running here at Ford Field in Detroit. Singleton will let it roll into the end zone, and that'll bring out Drew Allar. They've got a great offensive line and great running backs like Katron Allen, who's got it on first down, wiggles up the middle and picks up 8. Empty backfield on second and short for Allar. Fires over the middle. It's caught by Cephas for a first down, spinning his way across the 45. Early in the play and not letting it develop. Feeling the pressure here. Swings it out. Allen bobbled, caught it. Now he's got some room to work with. Into Michigan State territory. Churns it upfield for another first down. Picks up 11. Allen and Singleton both had fantastic freshman years a year ago, and have both felt like they've expanded their overall abilities at running back, especially in the passing game. Here is Allen on the handoff, and he'll lose half a yard. Nice job by this Michigan State rush defense. Simeon Barrow, one of the captains, among the first ones there.
Yeah, Barrow did a great job working down the line because he actually came from the other side of the formation and just stayed real parallel to the line of scrimmage and made a play from the backside.
James Franklin, this is his second week now with 2 offensive coordinators, Ty Howell and Jaywan Sider, both replacing Mike Yursich, who was fired after the loss to Michigan a couple of weeks ago. Handoff, Allen.
Yeah, he slipped. If he doesn't slip, he's going to cut this back to the left, and it might be a big-time gain. This is where defensive coordinator Scotty Hazelton hoped he could get Penn State too.
Cephas the motion man, Allar to throw. Stays in the pocket, goes through his progressions. A strike is caught over the middle. Nice job by Theo Johnson to slide down and move the sticks. Back to the air, swing it to the outside. And that was a dangerous ball. And will they call this incomplete? They will. He was looking for Malik McLean, guarded closely by the true freshman Chance Rucker. Tyler Warren and Theo Johnson in the backfield.
Yeah, I like this formation. They can do a lot of things out of that.
Handed off for Allen, following his blockers, and he'll keep the legs churning to the tune of 3 yards.
What Michigan State did on that particular play is they showed like they were bringing a safety up near the line of scrimmage.
Johnson, the motion man. Allar, deep drop. Allar tried to tuck it, and he is dumped. Aaron Brule tracked him the entire way, and it's 4th down.
Now this was the center. Norzad just missed the stunt. Aaron Brule, the leading sacker on this team. Here he is here. He's going to come on an inside stunt, and the center, number 64, needs to try to come off his block and pick him up. He's late recognizing it, and Brule gets the sack on 3rd down.
So it'll set up Alex Felkins for a long field goal, 49 yards. He's 6 of 7 between 40 and 49, just 1 of 3 from 50 plus. And this one curves its way through for Felkins, and Penn State is on the board on their opening drive. Well, he could play the bully in a movie, but right now he's going to bully the football into the end zone for a touchback and allow for Michigan State to start at the 25. All right, yeah, just take the extra stroll, Gabriel. Why not? Get the steps. Start on a reverse, Alante Brown around the edge, and he slithers through for 3 as he goes airborne. The other thing was offensive coordinator Jay Johnson, to your point. He said what he was most proud of Hauser last week was that he remained at baseline. He got back to baseline very quickly. So, sure, he may have made some mistakes. He got back to that neutral spot.
Yeah. And he played well, and he led well, and the team believes in him. But he's got his hands full tonight because this Penn State defense is ferocious and fast. You have to stay on schedule, and you cannot hold the ball long.
And he won't here. Quick strike goes to Nate Carter on the outside, and he'll dive forward. It's Carter versus Carter, and Abdul Carter brings him down. 3rd and 4 for Hauser. Fires, it's caught. First down, Christian Fitzpatrick, and there's that confidence on this opening drive. Picks up 11. Evan Morris, the motion man on first down. Oh, that is sniffed out and blown up by Adisa Isaac.
I mentioned these 2 defensive ends. Adisa Isaac actually leading the team in sacks. They are so quick off the ball, and they take great angles to the football. Nobody gets a piece of him, and you see how quickly he closed on that play. Both of these guys have ability to bend their bodies, stay low, and turn the corner with great speed.
Defensive coordinator Manny Diaz said, it's like your kids. You love them equally. Whoever gets to the quarterback first, you're great. Robinson coming in on 2nd and 13. Hauser hit as he throws. Oh, he drops it in the bucket. Montori Foster, big gain into Penn State territory. Foster, the motion man, they swing it out to him and let him turn up the yards. Isaac catches up from behind. As we take a look at big shots presented by Nissan.
Well, in Michigan State's on offense, it's Montori Foster who just caught that one, and Malik Carr, who hasn't touched it yet, but the big tight end is going to get his hands on the ball soon.
And this was major motion in front.
False start.
Some movement.
Offense, number 70. 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
Swing it, and it's Tyrell Henry who's not going to pick up much, maybe 2 yards, as Kevin Winston Jr., KJ, finds his first tackle of the day, and he has really exploded as the season's gone on.
Yeah, that's his 48th tackle of the season, and that time he showed some speed.
Quickly now on 3rd and long, Hauser over the middle, it's picked off! Jalen Reed gets underneath it, and a major mistake from Caden Hauser gives Penn State the ball right back. And that improves Penn State's turnover margin of plus 18 on the season, as Allar just had to get rid of it. Heavy pressure applied very quickly after that snap. Seen a lot of Katron Allen so far, and he's got it on 2nd down and 10. Turns up the middle. Allen turns on the speed deep in the secondary and stays on his feet on the sideline. Finally ushered out of bounds. Chester Kimbrough was chasing him, angled him. Tyler Warren into the backfield. Play action. Out strike right back to Cephas. Allar is on target for a 1st down. And some movement. This is going to be a false start.
False start. Offense, number 44. 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Allen. Shimmy. Wiggle. And spin forward inside the 30. It'll set up a 2nd down and 11. So Allen out wide at the bottom of your screen. He's dangerous and has gotten better as a receiver this year. 2nd 11, screen pass. Allen, he's got a man to beat, and he can't beat him. Nice tackle by Angelo Gross.
We saw a couple missed tackles early in the ball game. This time Angelo Gross does a nice job wrapping him up, gets those legs wrapped up and gets him to the ground, and brings up another 3rd down situation.
And finally, we see Nick Singleton for the first time. Katron Allen already has 8 touches in this opening quarter. 3rd down and 7.
Singleton has been a really good receiver out of the backfield this year. That's one of the biggest areas he's improved from a year ago.
Play clock down to 3. Singleton runs in the wall, keeps churning, but he won't get close. Nice job. Group tackle for Michigan State, and now decision time and likely another field goal. Ran for 82 yards per game last year, 53 this year. As Falcons comes on for a 2nd attempt, this one from 40 yards out. No good. Hits the upright, and Michigan State off the turnover will get a stop. 1st down, Hauser back to the air, lost one towards the sideline. Malik Carr can't bring it in. Tight coverage from KJ Winston to force the incompletion. Carr had 119 yards last week, and the game-winning touchdown. Nate Carter to the outside, finds a hole, lowers the shoulder, and picks up 9. Nice job to get back on schedule for this Spartan offense.
A big play right here for Caden Hauser. Remember when we talked to Jay Johnson, he said one of the things he was most proud of was after the mistakes, after a bad interception, he got back to baseline quickly and kept his confidence and got right back into the flow of the game. He's got that opportunity right now on a 3rd down and 3 play.
You can see the confidence that has grown, and especially with a game-winning drive in a pseudo 2-minute drill at the end of the game last week. 3rd down and 2. Morris, the motion man. Play action. Hauser has to get rid of it, and it's short. Put it in the direction of both Montori Foster and Malik Carr. So the first punt of the game on either side. Ryan Eckley will get rid of it. And Daquan Hardy is back for Penn State. Hardy backpedaling. He's got it inside the 10. He's going to look to make something out of nothing here. Hardy splits defenders and then gets leveled at the 15. And we saw a number like Nick Samac and J.D. Duplain who have meant so much to this Spartan program. 1st and 10 from the 16-yard line. Handoff goes to Singleton, and he will fall forward. And he said one of the biggest reasons he returned was to graduate. How about Nick Singleton, who's graduating as a receiver as well, down the sideline, and another big gain, another explosive. Penn State has been begging for these all season. This one goes for 65.
Well, watch the block by Tyler Warren. That's the key to the play. We talked about Singleton improving as a receiver. He's out there in an empty backfield, and then the burst and the speed. They have struggled to produce explosive plays, and they've got a couple tonight. One thanks to Allen, and this one thanks to Nick Singleton.
It's a deep in Spartan territory once again from the 27. Singleton finding that hole and barrels forward, picks up 7. And will likely bring us to the end of this opening quarter as Penn State looks for their 2nd consecutive double-digit win season. James Franklin signaling to his team, get over to the other side of the field and let's continue this momentum into quarter number 2. But 2 tight ends and Singleton. That's the bottom of your screen. Pump fake, Allar, dump it, Johnson. And he will churn it upfield for a 1st down, set up 1st and goal, but a flag is down in the backfield.
Yeah, he held that ball so long.
Offense,
that
number
makes
74.
sense.
10-yard penalty, 2nd down.
And it is Fashanu. And what is now 2nd and 14. Play action. Allar uncorks. Wide open. Theo Johnson goes upstairs, and it is indeed 1st and goal. Red zone and especially goal to go. Singleton thrives, the 2 tight ends thrive. And Dante Cephas has had a couple of big opportunities as well this season. Johnson the motion man. Allar looking that way, now he escapes. Allar lofts it, short. He was in the direction of Tyler Warren, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
So a couple things. You know, we talked about some of the struggles Penn State has had offensively when you get in this part of the field.
Came in last week. He'll hand it off for Singleton up the middle, and he couldn't escape. Shoestring tackle maybe saves the touchdown. Simeon Barrow just holding on for dear life. Johnson in motion. Allar feeling the pressure. He goes down. Jordan Hall, the true freshman, sniffing that one out. Missed from 40, made from 49. This one from 30 is straight through.
Penn State only 1 for 4 so far on 3rd down and a couple sacks and pressure.
Osu will send it away. Tyrell Henry will let it sail once again into the end zone. Well, this Penn State defense has been among the best in the country this year. Year number 2 under Manny Diaz, their defensive coordinator, and it's similar to what we talked about with Jim Knowles and the Ohio State defense.
Yeah.
The comfortability that this group has in year 2. The stats certainly support that, but really the eye test does as well.
Yeah, they're playing faster. They're on the same page. They're playing with more trust. And really, it boils down to, in year 1, you're just trying to figure out and learn what to do. In year 2, you're taking that next step. Okay, why are we doing this? Why are we calling this? Why are we blending this kind of coverage and pressure? And I think they have a much better understanding of that in year 2.
The movement on this first
False
play.
start, offense, number 74. 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
As Hauser delivers, it is Malik Carr, and it'll get back just a yard shy of the original line of scrimmage, picks up 4. Hauser tucks it, runs it, And he doesn't get very far, leveled by Kobe King as we go downstairs to KT for more on Chop.
Yeah, KJ Winston told me that Chop Robinson once said to him, "I love playing with you. I love that you're behind me when I rush the quarterback." And Winston added, "Everyone thinks so highly of him, so when he tells me that, it gives me confidence." Defensive coordinator Manny Diaz was decisively succinct yesterday with us. He told us Chop is the best defensive player in the Big Ten, guys.
He said it with conviction, too.
Yeah.
He looked us in the eye. He believed it. He said he didn't believe it was very close.
Well, here he is right in the middle now on this third down play.
Can't get a lot of penetration up the middle, but they do on the outside. Curtis Jacobs. Eckler's going to have to get it away from his own goal line and does. A spiraling kick to Daquan Hardy, who once again will have some room to work with. Hardy looking to turn it upfield, and again runs into a brick wall across the 35. 57-yard punt. Singleton will run it and tiptoe his way for 2. Now, they did have the 2 tight ends catch 55 balls combined, and they also have combined coming into the game for 11 touchdowns. But to your point, that was probably the main question about this offense coming into the season. 1, could Keandre Lambert-Smith be the #1 option? And then 2, who could be out there with him to maybe take some of the attention away?
Well, and they lost Mitchell Tinsley and Parker Washington, their 2 leading receivers from a year ago to the NFL. I think they're going to try to get him the football here, this possession, down the field. No targets so far in the game tonight.
2nd and 8 for Allar. Swing it out. Singleton. Shimmy shake. Singleton just dragging tacklers into MSU territory. Allar with the blitz. Swing it. Theo Johnson another catch for 2 more as we go back down to KT.
Kaytron Allen told me this week that he and Nick Singleton are like brothers on and off the field. He said, "We're trying to make each other better, looking for ways we can help one another. We are not selfish. We both help one another out." And James Franklin told us the wear and tear at the running back position is the reason that the 2 split the carries. And they bought into that, not just for Penn State guys, but long-term for their careers.
Yeah, KT, that was a really interesting insight from James Franklin, and blocking for each other. It's something we've seen really in the 2 years together on campus, as that pass completion will set up 2nd down and 7, and now it is Singleton around the edge. Singleton down the sideline, delivers the shoulder to Gross and stumbles forward for another 1st down. Now Allen's in there, play action, bootleg, Allar on the run, and he's got it on target to his guy Khalil Dinkins, the 3rd tight end, who generally is in there as a blocker, but has shown the ability with 2 touchdown catches this year as a receiver as well. He's connected on 7 of his last 8 attempts. Kaytron Allen. And he gets converged after he gained 3. Singleton following his blocker. Singleton stayed on his feet. Allar, handoff. Allen met in the backfield.
Lost a yard. They were inside the 1.
We go I formation with both backs. Play action. Allar rolling. Allar looking, firing. Incomplete. A little bit low for Theo Johnson, and it's 3rd down.
Ken Talley, number 44, put on great pressure.
Allar looking, finding Allen wide open. He walks in for the touchdown.
Well, it's a mesh concept. So there's 3 receivers that are coming on inside routes. You're going to see 3 guys come in here, and then Allen is going to slip out. And you just hope that the guy responsible for covering him gets caught up in the wash, which he did. 3 receivers in, there's body contact, and it looked like it might have been Jordan Hall who was responsible for the back, couldn't get out in coverage.
And Hall gingerly made his way back to the sideline, upset with himself, as Falcons will add the extra point. Do they ever get sick of when the Saints come marching in as their like national song or whatever?
I don't think so.
It's a great song. Meanwhile, it's been back-to-back 3 and outs for Michigan State, and this is a much better start to this drive. And staying on his feet, Nate Carter gets some extra yardage, picks up 8 on 1st down. This is big because 4:40 left. Michigan State, they can try to wind this possession all the way down. They do get the football to start the 2nd half as well.
not hurt themselves and stay on schedule.
Right back to Nate Carter. Big hole. Carter into the secondary across the 40. Just explodes forward before Jalen Reed meets him. As Hauser just has to get rid of it, and it's incomplete. A lot of contact, no flag. Kalen King and Montori Foster the matchup. Carter staying in there. Michigan State playing without Jerron Glover and Trey Mosley, one of their captains at wide receiver. Chop Robinson is so quick off the edge, and this is going to be a completion anyway. Malik Carr, who just always seems to find a way to be open when Kaden Hauser needs him the most.
Now this is the time they've got Robinson and Abdul Carter as inside rushers.
Hauser, perfectly delivered. Malik Carr stays on his feet. Carr still going. Finally down at the 25. This one, the 29-yard reception, sets up 1st and 10. And this is going to be difficult. Alante Brown just has to get rid of it. And not only that,
there's no receiver there.
I don't think it even got back to the line of scrimmage. And the flag's going to come in for intentional grounding.
Only the player that originally controls the snap can throw the ball into an area with no eligible receiver. Intentional grounding, offense, lost it down at the spot of the foul. It's 2nd down.
So it sets up 2nd and 24. Now just outside of field goal range as well. Play action, set up the screen for Malik Carr, and this time they wrap him up. Continue to move backward. Kobe King goes down low to get the big man down, and Penn State's going to take their first time out.
And they're behind the chains here, 3rd and long.
Run it on 3rd and 28, see if they can get some of it back, and not a whole lot. They're going to get to the 41. Adisa Isaac will trip up Mangum, and Penn State will take another timeout. We'll send it back to Daquan Hardy, and that's going to be some movement and move it back, which
False
actually
start.
could help.
Offense, number 0, 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
A little more breathing room for Eckley to work with.
Hey, stay there.
Alante Brown, who is the gunner.
Well, 4 penalties now for Michigan State, 29 yards. Those have all put them behind schedule. 2 sacks by Penn State and only 101 yards of offense allowed here in the first half. Penn State continuing to play dominant defense.
Eckley takes his time. High kick is going to fall out of bounds inside the 10. Let's see where they officially mark it, at the 6-yard line.
Well done.
Meanwhile, Penn State will have 1 timeout to work with, 1:56 to go, 94 yards. Allar taking his time in the end zone over the middle, and Tyler Warren will make the first down grab to the 20. Trey Potts seeing his first action in the backfield. Potts around the edge. Potts shimmy shake into the secondary, and Potts tripped up just shy of midfield. Malik Spencer catches up to him, but 27 yards for the Minnesota transfer.
Yeah, Simeon Barrow had a shot at him and kind of fell down in the hole. And the back with the freshest legs here in the first half. It's a nice run.
Allar back to the air, lets it fly. Cephas can't control it through his hands on the outside as Rucker lost position on him. And Lambert Smith not even out there on this 2nd down. Allar lofts it. Oh! Just out of the hands of Tyler Warren. That ends up being dangerous on the tip drill, and it'll set up 3rd down and 10. Screen pass right back to Potts, and he can't get past Cal Halliday on the outside. 4th down. That's a better push. It's got to be a tough friendship. Thompson gets it away. Fair catch called for and made by Tyrell Henry. Special talent who has improved every year at the collegiate level, transfer from Maryland. Hand it off, Jaron Mangum, see if you can get a chunk. You won't. Adisa Isaac will get the football to start the 3rd quarter. Hauser in trouble, and Hauser gets hit hard. Curtis Jacobs was in pursuit, and then Johnny Dixon eventually adds the exclamation point. Will likely be the end of this first half.
hopes his quarterback can get back to baseline after that interception. It happened on the 29-yard line, so they had good field position when it happened.
That was a double fair catch by Brown and Henry. It will start at the 25.
Get the ball out of your hands quick and give yourself a chance on 3rd down.
Chop Robinson got nicked up a little bit at the very end of the first half. He's going to start on the sideline, and a handoff on 1st down is not going a whole lot. Morris, the motion man on 2nd and 9. Hauser. Oh, Abdul Carter. Hauser gets crunched. Meanwhile, Chop Robinson back in the ball game on a 3rd and 18. Deep drop for Hauser. In trouble already. Hauser, that one was knocked down and then knocked down again, but wasn't a fumble. They're going to rule it an incomplete pass. Hakeem Beeman.
Well, so
and now
they might call roughing the pass. I don't think so.
But Abdul Carter is down for Penn State after the big sack on the previous play.
I mean, this Penn State defense in situations like this, they're like sharks smelling blood and
Illegal
water.
touching of a pass, offense number 67. 5-yard penalty, lost it down from the previous spot. It's 4th down.
With 4th and 23, Ryan Eckley will come back on for another punt. And Daquan Hardy back to receive another one for Penn State.
Hardy has 2 touchdowns this season, both against UMass.
And he won't have another one here. This one comes out, and the ball comes out late. Let's see what they call, and likely down for Hardy. Katron Allen, the running back. Theo Johnson, the motion man. It is a pass play. Allar under duress, and he delivers another strike. It's going to be caught down low by Dante Cephas for 9 yards. Play action. Allar looking for that shot. Lofts it. Wide open. Lambert Smith out of bounds. And now again in the red zone where they are so efficient this year. Katron Allen on the handoff. Allen. Just the continued effort from both these running backs. They're not going to stop on initial contact. And what looked like it was going to be maybe a 1 or 2 yard gain turns into 6. Play action. Lofted. Batted down. Nice play. Jalen Thompson comes off the edge and gets a hand on it. Allar split as a wide receiver. Perbula takes the snap, fakes the handoff, swing it to the outside, caught, turn it upfield, and Mega is going to be close. Let's see where they mark him. Shy by a yard. And now another injury, this time on the Penn State side. So now it's a 4th and 1. Allar back under center. Tyler Warren set up behind him, hand it off, and Allen is going to push forward. 1st down, Penn State. And Allen in the backfield with Bo. Play action, lofted, wide open, touchdown, Tyler Warren. And Bo Perbula has his first, making his 3rd passing touchdown of the season as he just put it perfectly for his tight end for the score. Allar surveys, escapes, lofts, got it! Lambert Smith is in there, and it's 21-zip. Meanwhile, Penn State does cap off a 7-play, 51-yard drive with the 8-yard touchdown, and now Tyrell Henry will call for that fair catch. This time just a solo fair catch, gets it to the 25. Completion and an immediate hit. Johnny Dixon absolutely delivers the pain on Christian Fitzpatrick.
Everybody talks a lot about Kalen King, and rightfully so. But Johnny Dixon has played at a very high level all season. From the start of the season, I remember talking to the coaches before the West Virginia game, they said Johnny Dixon kind of has an edge to him, a chip on his shoulder, wants to prove that he can be as good as Kalen King on the other side. And he has been very solid. And
he applies pressure to the quarterback. 4 sacks, 5 tackles for losses this year coming in. And there's a 1st down run from Nate Carter. Finds some daylight and moves the chains. Carter with the longest run of the day, 12 yards on that one, sets up 1st down and 10. Hauser put that in a dangerous spot. wearing that number 11. There's a bad snap over the head of Hauser, and he's just going to go down and get it. That is a massive loss all the way back to the 20-yard line for Michigan State. Carter is the running back, and they will go conservative with Carter, who will wiggle his way and slither across the 25. Kobe King meets him there.
I mean, fans are booing, but you can't drop back and throw on 3rd and 31, because any route that gets close to a first down takes a long time, and you do not have time against this defense. And right now, Michigan State, only 92 yards of total offense. Penn State coming into the game holding opponents to 239 yards, well ahead of that mark right now.
Another punt for Ryan Eckley, his 5th of the game. And Daquan Hardy just waiting for his chance to break one loose. This is an excellent punt inside the 15. And again, room for Hardy, who gets tripped up at the 25. One thing you can guarantee is they will fight until the final whistle, final second goes off the clock of this game, as Lambert Smith had no chance at that one. Olu Fashanu not in the game right now for Penn State. Meanwhile, it is Singleton, who was upended at the 30. They said it's easy to celebrate occasional excellence, but what separates groups is consistent greatness. That's what this group has done. Allar on 3rd and 6 is going to get it with his legs on a first down. Avery Dunn just didn't quite have enough speed. At one point lost 6 consecutive games. They've won 2 of their last 3. Harlan Barnett said, hey, if we go undefeated in November, we make ourselves a bowl-eligible team. They've gone 2-1, so they won't get to the 6 wins. As Allar loads it up deep down the field, separation, it's caught. Amari Evans down to the 1. A dime from Drew Allar.
Perfect amount of air underneath it, and he led the receiver to the right spot.
Singleton in there on 1st and goal. Hand it to him. Singleton up the middle is stopped. Singleton the motion man. Fake the pass, run it up the middle, and Prabula's untouched. Touchdown, Penn State. Six-play drive goes 74 yards in just over 3 minutes, and Falcons pays it off with the extra point. Quick lane bowl between the Big Ten and the MAC on December 26th. Another touchback here. Michigan State starts at the 25. Play clock down to 2. Hauser gets it off, hands it off for Mangum, and he'll just put the head down and find 1 yard. Trying to go quick here. They just haven't found consistency. A couple of chunk gains and some contact. And man, can he produce when he's in rhythm. Robinson with great pressure. Hauser just had to float it up. And in triple coverage, Montori Foster was the closest, averaging nearly 53 yards so far. Daquan Hardy is back. And field this from the 22. He hasn't been shy about returning them. He just hasn't broken one loose yet. That one goes for about 5 yards on the return.
Well, Big E, that's what I call my 3rd son, Eli. Big E is 6'7", about 240 pounds.
Does that make me short E? I'll take it. Katron Allen spins, stays on his feet, and finally forced down at 35. It's been a balanced attack for Penn State.
Yeah.
271 yards for Allar, 83 rushing for Allen, 51 rushing for Singleton, and they've gotten both running backs involved in the passing game as well. See the complete difference in yardage, especially on the ground. It has been a Penn State defensive exhibition, and now the offense coming alive as they look for their 10th win of the season in back-to-back years with double-digit victories. Allen, the stutter step move, and then he was twirled forward for a first down.
And Penn State making a very strong showing in their final game of the regular season. They won't be making a trip to Indianapolis for the Big Ten championship game a week from now. They'll be kind of waiting to see what happens once the college football playoff rankings are finished and the playoff teams are determined. They're still very hopeful for a New Year's 6 bowl game.
Allen on the give from Perbula, and he tried to hurdle the line, picks up a yard. The wave is broken out here at Ford Field. Play clock down to 3. Allar empty, knocking on the door of 300 yards. Loft one, taking another deep shot. Keandre Lambert-Smith, and tight coverage from Mangum will let this fall incomplete. Allen, the wiggle. Allen is going to be short of the first down. Cal Halliday, who is a tackling machine, stops him a yard shy as we go to KT. As Thompson gets it away, no problem. It'll bounce. Does that stay out? No, it's going to hit the goal line. Oh, that was a great play to get down there by Amari Evans. Kate Hauser stays in there, and the first down handoff is going nowhere. Back to the line of scrimmage for Nate Carter. For Hauser, all of the experiences he's gained this year. Think about some of the teams he started against.
Yeah.
Played against Ohio State and that defense. Played against Michigan and that defense. Now against this Penn State defense. Those are some of the best defenses as we've seen numbers-wise and just eye test-wise in the country. To garner that experience in your first year really playing college football is massive moving forward for his career. And the coaches feel that and feel like he's improved. He's gotten calmer, under control. He felt the pressure there. Oh, what a catch by Nate Carter to bring it in, but then he gets devoured by Kevin Winston Jr. KJ adds another tackle, brings us to the fourth quarter here at Ford Field. And Caton Hauser will go back to the air. No, he won't. He'll go down again. Adisa Isaac. No breathing room, no running room, no problem. 7th punt for Eckley. Hardy back to return. Hardy makes a move, finds a seam. Hardy finding more daylight, and he's forced out of bounds. Eckley, the punter, has to get to him. But this is a really strong way to finish your regular season. As we're going to go back to the ground, and another chunk gain, this time for Singleton. And Singleton, again, is going to wiggle free and get this close to the 10-yard line.
They got to find somebody that blends well with Drew Allar and Bo Perbula. And then beyond hiring a coordinator, I think they need to go out and fortify their wide receiver position through the portal or through
offense,
high school recruiting.
Number 73, 10-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, and it doesn't have to be in the portal because of any position. Wide receiver is a position that a young guy can come out of high school if he's that talented and play right away.
Allar over the middle, wide open, touchdown, Theo Johnson.
You mentioned the tight ends. They are both really good. This is a beautiful adjustment on the route by Theo Johnson. Yeah, he threw for over 300 in the opener against West Virginia, and not again. And now he's 8 yards shy of it tonight.
Wosu with another deep kick. It'll be another touchback.
He played well most of the year and did a lot of good things, but did not play well in those 2 games, and he was the first to admit that. And for him to take the next step in his development and for this offense, he's got to play better in those games, and he knows that. You take a look, I mean, under 44% completion and only 4.1 yards per attempt. They just didn't have any real progress in those games. They didn't score points. And Drew Allar was very emotional after the loss to Ohio State in Columbus. He's an Ohio kid from Medina. And, you know, just knew he didn't play good enough against Michigan either.
Play action, Hauser in trouble. This time he's going to escape and slide down just shy of the 30. Well, James Franklin said it, and then when we talked to Drew Allar, he said it. There's a lot of pressure that comes with being the starting quarterback at a place like Penn State. You obviously know it very well. You were the starter. You led the team to a national championship. Yeah. As Hauser and the Spartans are going to go quick here on 3rd and 8 and sling it Carter turns it upfield for the first down. There's a flag down to the backfield, and we'll see what this call looks like. That's got to be a lot.
Offense, number 53, 10-yard penalty.
Especially for a kid, to your point, that was a 5-star recruit and expected to do so much so quickly.
Yeah. And I think those experiences this year will make him much better next year.
Doesn't turn 20 until March, and Caden Hauser is getting the full experience tonight. Cam Miller comes off the edge, chops him down. Another sack for this Penn State defense. It's going to be in the back of his own end zone. Gets it away. Hardy had a nice return on the last one. Will he elect to return this one? Lets it bounce, takes it on the hop, and will go backward where he's dragged down at the 40 by Cal Halliday.
He's thrown 23 touchdowns and only 1 interception so far this year.
Katron Allen stays on his feet. What a run. Wow. Inside the red zone, Jordan Hall got dragged with him. Got 137 yards on the game. Now it's Singleton's turn, and he'll gain 2. Allen, by the way, with a career high of 137.
You know that you have to prepare a little differently for them.
Dinkins the motion man on 2nd and 7. Tribula is in there quarterbacking this offense, and Singleton will get another 1.5 yards to set up 3rd down. What a luxury it is to have Singleton and Allen. Singleton emerges. Touchdown, Penn State. And now Sander Shahadak is going to come on for the extra point and make it 42-0. As Falcons will boom it into the end zone for Penn State. Right with Harold Joyner, who loses a yard. Andrew Scorfar is now in there at quarterback as well.
And last year, the winner and the loser got in the playoffs. I don't know that that's a lock this year. I think the winner obviously is, and it's going to be a heck of a football game. I mean, I think Michigan has kind of been the more complete team all year, but right now, over the last couple of weeks, Ohio State has gotten healthy on offense, and I think they are in a position to go in there and really compete.
3rd down and 13 for Michigan State. Scorfar is going to complete one, a short completion that goes for just 2 yards. It's going to be well short as Michael Masunis comes away with a reception. It's the 2nd completion of the season for the walk-on Scorfar. And it sets up 4th down. You mentioned it, the health of the Ohio State offense. It's so potent when they have all their pieces in their whole. When you've got Abuka healthy, when you've got Cade Stover healthy. Obviously, Travion Henderson has made such a difference for that team down the stretch, and Marvin Harrison Jr. is arguably the best player in college football. And so when you've got all of that, Kyle McCord, it was interesting to see the trajectory difference of Kyle McCord versus Drew Allar, because a lot of ways they had some similarities, but in some of the biggest ways they had some major differences. O'Shaughnessy is now in there as the punter here. Caden Saunders will be back for Penn State. Let this one roll all the way to the 31-yard line. A little scuffle along the side. To come down the stretch in the regular season, the playoff picture really becomes crystallized, and so does the Heisman picture, as Nicholas Singleton is still in there, and he'll gain another 2 yards. But those 4, it feels like, have separated themselves from the pack in the later stages of this season.
Yeah, I think so too. And I've always said I don't think there should be a poll in college football until the 1st week of October, and I don't think you should start talking Heisman until the 1st week in November, because that's the games that really matter down the stretch. And all 4 of these guys have been spectacular. The unfortunate thing for Jaden Daniels, 2 things. His team has 3 losses, and he gets to play his last game Saturday against Texas A&M down in Baton Rouge. Bo Nix and Michael Penix Jr. in all likelihood will get to play an additional game against each other. Marvin Harrison has for sure 1 more, if not 2 more, before the actual Heisman voting. I think it's interesting too. Kind of leading the way right now.
That's an outstanding point, as Singleton will find the edge and then gets hit hard after 3 more. Sets up 4th down, and we'll see if Penn State will punt it back to the Spartans offense. Marvin Harrison Jr. tomorrow. Look, it's very hard. It's incredibly hard for a wide receiver to win that award, and he's been upfront about how difficult that can be. You've got to rely on so many pieces going your way. Devontae Smith did it a couple years ago, but even Marvin said that was a weird year. It was a COVID year. Not everybody was playing every game. That's impressive that that baby's got that sleeping ability. Marvin, I think, has been very upfront about it. At the same time, he hasn't shied away from saying, look, I'd like to be in New York. I'd like to be recognized. That'd be very cool for him. If he plays well tomorrow, that could go a long way for his candidacy.
He'll be on the biggest stage of the entire season tomorrow.
Talked to offensive coordinator at Wisconsin, Phil Longo, about that air raid background for him. And Manny Diaz certainly hopes, so long as he is still with Penn State as their defensive coordinator, that the defenses will continue. And this defense, just another sparkling evening here in Detroit as they are pitching a shutout approaching the 2-minute mark.
Not only pitching a shutout, they've held Michigan State to 74 total yards, and they've got negative yardage in the second half, minus 25 yards in the second half for the Spartan offense. I mean, this is as dominant of a performance as you could hope for if you're Manny Diaz. He said he wanted to see the same group that he saw for 11 weeks. This might even be a better version of it tonight.
Their season low for yards allowed was 76 in a shutout against Iowa during the whiteout game. They've allowed 74, and it's only going to go down. Another sack, 7th of the game. This one courtesy of Keon Wiley, deep at the very back of his end zone, and does get it away cleanly. Caden Saunders again will backpedal and makes the fair catch. We'll see where they mark him, down at the 31. Couple more runs here for Penn State. Singleton's going to add to his tally, and then some. Into Michigan State territory, another explosive play for this Penn State offense. So few through the season. Singleton over 100 yards. He's got 119. And he'll go to the sideline and get the full congratulations. Officially marked at 118. Allen with 137. They were, plain and simple, dominant tonight.
Well, and for Michigan State, they played 4 ranked teams this year, and they were outscored 170-10 in those 4 games. I mean, and this coaching search and coaching hire for Michigan State is critical, because they need to have a major reset with where this conference is going starting next year. And as KT reported before the game, that December 4th transfer portal, they want to have that decision made well before that to get a head start on it.
Well, for the 5th time in the last 8 years, James Franklin's team has won double-digit games. Their 10th win of the season as they keep the land grant trophy, 42-0 here in Detroit.